Hey folks, are you wondering what the weather's like in Corvallis, Oregon in the wintertime and early spring? Well, here's our footage and time-lapse for the month of April in 2023. We're starting off with some footage of beautiful cherry blossoms, Starker Arts Park, and some camellias in downtown right there with nice blue sky, and then the walking path in southwest Corvallis, that's also the bike path right there with some lovely blooms alongside, because there were some days in the middle of the month that actually we lost the footage for. I think the camera overheated. And these were those days. All right, back to time-lapse. So this is the beginning of the month. So what was the weather like? Typically about 50s, mid-50s during the day, so it's warmed up a bit because that's how weather works, and typically about 40 degrees at night. So a little bit warmer than we've seen before. This particular month, April, was particularly wet. Particularly is the word of the day. This month was wet, 6 inches of rainfall. That was about 1.5 inches more than we saw even last month. But that being said, you're still going to see some gorgeous blue skies. It goes back and forth a lot. And I feel like a broken record here, but like I've said in earlier time lapses we've done, if you're watching this, from out of state, and you're thinking about moving here, the weather is probably not as bad as you think based on the overall reputation that the Pacific Northwest has. There's just a lot of back and forth. You're going to see the ground stays wet for a while, but then everything dries off, gets wet again, dries off, back and forth. All right, what are things like? So, beginning in mid of the month, look, we still have a lot of buds on the trees, but as this month progresses, you're going to see a couple things happen. Check out those wooden planter boxes towards the left. Those are some daffodils. You're going to see those grow up and then bloom beautiful yellow flowers. My wife reminded me to tell you, though, that we planted those a month later than everyone else. So everyone else is we're in March. But you can see those starting to green up right there. And you can also tell that the maple trees against our fence line are still just buds. But as we get through the next 20 seconds of time-lapse, you can start seeing that red one center frame, poof, right there, starting to leaf out. And then the green one to the right towards the end of this, starting to leaf out. And that's what the whole town is like this month. Leaves and flowers. This is the month of leaves and flowers, and it has been magnificent. So I hope that this is helpful for you. We'll keep these time lapses going, and we're never too busy for your questions.